If you've got mustard algae, it's one of the most stubborn pool problems you're gonna deal with. I'm Matt from Swim University, and here's what you need to know to get rid of it. Mustard algae is also called yellow algae, and it's chlorine resistant, which means you just can't shock your pool once and call it done. You need to clean your filter, decontaminate everything that's been near the pool, and use the right combination of treatment and shock in the right order. If you skip any of those steps, it'll be back before you know it. So let's walk through how to identify it, how to treat it, and how to keep it from coming back. So first, you're gonna need to figure out if it's really mustard algae. Mustard algae looks a lot like sand, pollen, or even fine yellow dust on the floor of your pool and on your walls. So here's how to test if it's actually mustard algae. You wanna grab your pool brush and gently brush the yellow stuff. So if it forms a cloud in the water, like a yellow poof that disperses, that's algae. If it just swirls around and then settles back down to the same spot, well, that's probably pollen or sand. Now, mustard algae also clings to the walls and other surfaces, especially in shady, low circulation areas like corners, behind ladders, and under steps. It'll also come right back to those exact same spots after you brush it, because pollen doesn't do that. Now, once you've confirmed that it's algae, you don't want to wait. You need to treat it as soon as possible. So here's how to get rid of mustard algae. If this is your first time dealing with mustard algae, you want to watch all of these steps before you get started, because it helps to know what to plan for before you start. Okay, step number 1, decontaminate everything that's been in or near your pool. Now, this is one of the biggest reasons why mustard algae just keeps coming back. Mustard algae spores can live outside of water for months. So you want to pull out every swimsuit, towel, pool float, brush, vacuum hose, net, anything that's been near or in your pool. I recommend washing your swimsuits and towels in the washing machine with a little bit of bleach on the warm cycle. You want to soak your pool tools and your toys in a bucket of water with a cup of liquid chlorine. And you can toss your brush and your vacuum head into the shallow end of your pool later in the process so they get sanitized while your shock is working. Step number 2 is to clean your pool filter. Algae spores can also survive inside your filter. If you don't clean it before treating the pool, those spores will come back, reinfecting the water even after you've done everything else right. Now, you want to backwash your sand filter thoroughly. For a cartridge filter, you want to remove the cartridge and soak it in a filter cleaner. And for DE filters, I would give the grids, or if you have fingers, a really deep clean. Now, if you've been battling with recurring mustard algae for more than one season and it keeps coming back after treatment, I would consider replacing your filter sand or your cartridges entirely. All right, step number 3 is you want to brush every inch of your pool. Mustard algae has a protective outer coating that keeps chemicals from treating it. Brushing breaks that coating and looses the algae from the surfaces so that your shock will actually do its job. You can use a stiff nylon brush if you have a vinyl, fiberglass, or a pebble surface. Now, you can use a stainless steel wire brush if you have a plaster, gunite, or concrete pool. Scrub every inch. That's your walls, your floor, your steps, corners, under ladders, behind light fixtures, everywhere. You want to be thorough and don't rush. Brush toward your main drains if you have them so that you can push the loosened algae into circulation. Step number 4 is to test and balance your water chemistry. Balanced water makes your treatment more effective. So before you add any treatment chemicals, you want to test your water and adjust these ranges. pH, you want to aim for around 7.8 because yellow algae treatments work better when your pH is actually slightly higher, but you can check your product's instructions. Total alkalinity, aim for 80 to 120 parts per million. Cyanuric acid, you want to aim for 30 to 50 parts per million. Now, if the CYA is too high, your chlorine and your chlorine shock won't work as well. If you're not sure what to adjust or how much to add, you can use the Pool Care app, which makes it so much easier. Just enter your test results into the app and it'll give you a custom treatment plan specifically designed for your pool. Now, there's a 7-day free trial. You can just give it a shot. Step number 5, add a yellow algae treatment. Now, here's where mustard algae is different from green algae. And here's one of the only times I'm going to recommend an algae specific product. If you've already tried shocking your water and the yellow has kept coming back, this step is going to be very important for you. If you haven't tried shocking to remove the algae, I would skip this treatment and just try a triple dose of chlorine shock first. Otherwise, you'll need a product specifically formulated formulated for mustard algae. These treatments work as chlorine accelerators. They convert your chlorine into a much more aggressive, highly oxidative form that actually penetrates the algae's protective coating. A typical dose is about 2 pounds per 15,000 gallons of water, but I would recommend just following the manufacturer's dosing for your specific product. Now, you want to pour roughly half around the perimeter of your pool, starting where your algae is thickest, and then you can pour the rest directly over any other problem areas. Then wait about 5 minutes before you do anything else. Step number 6 is to add a double dose of shock. The yellow algae treatment makes your chlorine more aggressive, like I said, which also means it gets used up fast. So you need to follow it immediately with a strong dose of shock to keep those chlorine levels elevated. 5 minutes after adding the treatment, add a double dose of chlorine shock. That's 2 pounds per 10,000 gallons of water. Now, if your product recommends a different schedule, just follow the label. Calcium hypochlorite, or Cal Hypo Shock, is the most powerful option, but if you have a fiberglass or a saltwater pool, you can use a double dose of dichlor shock instead. If you're not sure how to shock your pool or what type of shock to use, you can check out our other video. You want to add this first dose at dusk with the pump running. Then run the pump continuously for the next 24 hours. Step number 7 is to shock 2 more times over the next 24 hours. So during that 24-hour treatment window, you're going to shock the pool 2 more times. Your chlorine is working very aggressively and is getting consumed super fast thanks to that yellow algae treatment. So your job is to keep those levels elevated the entire time. So you want to reshock with that exact same dosage 12 hours after your initial treatment. Then shock one final time 24 hours after the initial treatment. You've now done 3 rounds of shock in total. Step number 8, keep that pump running and keep brushing. You want to keep your pump running continuously for the entire 24-hour treatment period. This keeps the shock circulating and prevents dead algae from resettling on your surfaces. Just keep an eye on your filter pressure during this time, because if it gets high, like 10 psi above where it normally runs, you want to pause and clean or backwash your filter. Continue brushing daily for at least 72 hours after your final dose of shock. This will prevent any surviving algae spores from taking hold. After each round of brushing, you want to prop your brush head in the shallow end of your pool so it stays in the shock treated water and keeps decontaminating. Step number 9 is to clean your filter again. Yes, after the shock treatment has done its job, clean your filter one more time. It's captured all the dead algae and the spores throughout this entire process, and you don't want that cycling back into your water. Step number 10, vacuum out the dead algae. If after all of this, you see clumps of yellow-gray debris on your pool floor, that's dead algae from the treatment. You want to vacuum that out manually with your filter setting on waste. This sends all of the water and debris out of the pool without passing back through your filter. We've got a full video on how to vacuum the waste if you need more help. If you have a cartridge filter without a waste setting, you can just remove the cartridge, open the drain plug at the bottom of the filter housing, and attach a backwash hose there. If your water still looks hazy after vacuuming, adding a clarifier or a flocculant can help clump together any lingering dead algae spores. Step number 11, rebalance your water. Once the pool looks clear, do a full water chemistry test and bring everything back into range. That's your pH between 7.4 and 7.6, total alkalinity between 80 and 120 parts per million, your free available chlorine around 3 parts per million, and your cyanuric acid or your CYA or your stabilizer between 30 and 50 parts per million. And don't let anyone swim until your chlorine is back to normal. Finally, how do you keep mustard algae from coming back? Well, the best time to deal with mustard algae is before it shows up. So a few simple habits go a long way. Test your water weekly. Keeping your pH, your alkalinity, your free chlorine, and your CYA in range at all times gives algae far less of a chance to take hold. You want to brush your pool at least once a week, ideally more. Paying attention to shady corners and low circulation spots, that's where mustard algae likes to start. Run your pump at least 8 hours a day, ideally more, because poor circulation is one of the main reasons that mustard algae keeps coming back. Rinse swimsuits and pool toys that have been in other bodies of water before they go back into your pool, because mustard algae can travel. If they've been in lakes, the ocean, clean them. Shock routinely before and after heavy use to knock out any contaminants before they build up. Use a mineral system or an ionizer. If you have chronic algae issues, adding another layer of defense, like a mineral dispenser, can prevent algae from growing in the first place. Let me know in the comments if you've dealt with mustard algae and what you've tried. If you want help staying on top of your water chemistry, I recommend checking out our Pool Care app. You just enter your water test results and it gives you that custom water treatment plan specifically for your pool. So you always know know exactly what to add and when. There's a 7-day free trial to see if it's right for you. That's it. Thanks again for watching, and as always, happy swimming.